Superposition theorem, you have already studied this in BEE subject. It states that in a linear network containing more than one dependent source and independent source, the resultant current in any element is the algebraic sum of currents that would be produced by each independent source acting alone, and all other independent sources being represented meanwhile by their respective internal resistances. In superposition theorem, if you want to find a current through a particular element, particular resistor, then there are more than one independent sources are there. So we will proceed with only one source is acting at a time, and because of that one source, what is the current flowing through that particular resistor, that we find out first. And while acting one source at a time, other sources are represented by their internal resistances. Means voltage source having internal resistance 0. That's why voltage sources are replaced by the short circuit, and current sources having the internal resistance infinite. That's why current sources are replaced by open circuit. So the resultant current in any element is the algebraic sum of currents that would be produced by each independent source acting alone, and others, meanwhile others are replaced by their internal resistances. So these are the important points that you have to remember while doing the superposition theorem. Independent voltage source replaced with their internal resistance given, or simply with a zero resistance, that is a short circuit. Independent current source are represented by infinite resistance, that is open circuit. Now what about dependent sources? Dependent sources are not a sources, they are dissipative components. Hence they are active at all the times. जब उसका कंट्रोल वोल्टेज और कंट्रोल करंट जीरो होगा, then and then only that dependent sources will be zero. Otherwise they are active at all the times. When dependent source has zero value, only when its control voltage or current is zero. Now you can see this simple example. V1 and I, two independent sources are there, and we have to find the current flowing through R4, that is IR4 we have to find. So our first step is V acting alone, then current source is replaced by their internal resistance, means open circuit. So because of V1, what is the current flowing through R4, that we have to calculate, that is I4 dash. And in our step 2, only current source is acting alone and voltage source is replaced by the short circuit. Now because of this current source, what is the current flowing through that I4, that is I4 double dash. Now algebraic sum of these these two currents, I4 dash and I4 double dash, will give you the total current, that is resultant current flowing through the R4 when both the sources are acting at same time. So this is superposition theorem. We find out the effect of each independent source. Then we add the effect of each independent source, and it will give us resultant current or resultant voltage. Have you understood this concept? Try to
Yes,
remember. सुपरपोजिशन थ्योरम. बट यहाँ पे BEE में आपको डिपेंडेंट सोर्सेस नहीं थे, अभी डिपेंडेंट सोर्सेस के साथ करना है सॉल्व. नाउ डिपेंडेंट सोर्सेस आर एक्टिव ऑल द टाइम until and unless their control voltage or current becomes zero. Let's see this first example of superposition theorem. Find Ix. Ix is the current flowing through 5 ohm. There are 3 sources are there, 20 volt, 30 ampere. These two are independent sources, and 4 Ix is the voltage source, and its value is depending on the current Ix. Now first step, 20 volt acting alone. When 20 volt acting alone, what is the value of Ix? That we have to find. So when 20 volt acting alone, 30 ampere acts as a open circuit. Now your circuit changes. See your circuit. This is your circuit after replacing 30 ampere by open circuit. Now applying KVL in this mesh. You can directly apply KVL because you know that in the observation itself that Ix dash is only the current flowing through this mesh. So after applying KVL, you can write 20 minus 5 Ix dash minus 1 Ix dash minus this positive to negative minus 4 Ix dash is equal to 0. So from this, we will get the value of Ix dash. Ix dash is equal to 2 ampere. And current direction is also important. Here the current direction is from left to right. So you have to mention the direction of the current, that is from left to right, because at the end we have to take the algebraic sum of the currents flowing through that particular element because of each independent source. Okay. So now next is 30 ampere acting alone. 20 volt replaced by short circuit. When
Hello.
30 ampere. Hello.
Sir, in step 1, minus 2 ampere will come. No?
Minus 2 ampere how? See, minus 5, minus 1, minus 4. This is minus 10. If minus 10 goes to the right side, it will be 10 Ix dash. So
yes,
I rewrite this 10 Ix dash is equal to 20. ठीक है? समझा क्या? Hello.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
हाँ. ठीक है? Now 30 ampere acting alone. So 30 ampere acting alone. Now we have to find the value of Ix double dash. Current, since circuit changes, that's why current is also changes. That's why we have written Ix double dash. Now from observation, we can write this I1 and I2 is two currents is flowing in mesh 1 and mesh 2. So value of I1 is same as Ix double dash. So Ix double dash is equal to I1. That we have to write first. Ix double dash is equal to I1. And since current source is common between mesh 1 and mesh 2, So you can write there forms a super mesh. So you can write one equation from the current source, that is 30 is equal to 30 का direction and I1 का direction is same and I2 का direction is opposite. That's why 30 is equal to I1 minus I2. Now, so this two information we get from the observation. Now I1 minus I2 is equal to 30. This is your equation A. I have written A, equation number A. Now mesh 1 and mesh 2 forms a super mesh. So you have to apply KVL in the super mesh. So after applying KVL in the super mesh, you get positive to negative minus 5I1, positive to negative minus 1 I2. Since I2 is flowing through 1 ohm, and then positive to negative minus 4 Ix double dash. Now Ix double dash is equal to I1. So substitute I1 there. So minus 5 and minus 4. This is minus 9I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. So if I shift all these terms to the right side, then I can write positive. So this is minus I1 minus I2 equal to 0. So I can write this equation as 9I1 plus I2 equal to 0. This is my equation B. So from equation A and equation B, you will get two values, I1 and I2. But you have to find the value of Ix double dash. Now Ix double dash is equal to I1. So I1 is equal to 3 ampere. And direction is important, which is from left to right. So this is Ix double dash. In step 1, we got Ix dash. And this is Ix double dash. So from equation 1 and 2, by superposition theorem, resultant current is the algebraic sum of the currents produced by the each independent source. So current produced by in first step Ix dash, and in next step is Ix double dash, and resultant current Ix is equal to 2 plus 5 is 5 ampere. Both are in the same direction. That's why it's get added. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now the next problem we will see in the next lecture, because this problem having a very good concept. That's why it will not completed within 10 minutes. So we will take this in next lecture. But I want to tell you one this read. We just go through that redundancy concept. In electrical circuit. Can you see this diagram? Redundancy
Yes,
concept.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you can see here, whenever there is a resistor which is connected across that 10 volt. Now you can see what is the voltage across this AB. It is same 10 volt. Whatever voltage across 10 ohm is 10 volt. So there is no use of 10 ohm there in this particular situation. While considering the voltage across AB, if 10 ohm is there, then also voltage across AB is 10 voltage. And if 10 ohm is not there, then also the voltage across AB is 10 volt. So here 10 ohm becomes redundant. समझा क्या? सो 10 ओम का यहाँ पे यूज नहीं है एज पर एज वोल्टेज इज कंसर्न अक्रॉस AB। AB के अक्रॉस हमको 10 वोल्ट ही मिल रहा है। अगर 10 ओम है तभी भी 10 वोल्ट मिल रहा है, 10 ओम नहीं है तभी भी 10 वोल्ट मिल रहा है। बराबर है? हेलो
Yes,
हेलो
sir. Yes, sir.
सो हियर 10 ओम
Yes, sir.
बिकम्स रिडंडेंट। ठीक है, तो इसको रखो नहीं रखो एज पर एज voltage across AB concern, so you will get the 10 volt. Now whenever the resistor is in series with the current source, whenever the resistor is in series with current source, then also the as far as current is concerned, अगर ये 10 ओम की जगह पे 100 ओम भी रहेगा, then also the current flowing from A to B is 5 ampere only as far as current is concerned. ठीक है, इसके अक्रॉस वोल्टेज ड्रॉप होगा, अगर है तो होगा, बट एज पर एज करंट इज कंसर्न, दिस करंट फ्रॉम A to B इज 5 एम्पियर। सो अगर ये रेजिस्टर आप निकाल भी दोगे तभी भी A to B 5 एम्पियर ही जाएगा। समझा आपको? सो हियर इफ यू कंसीडर ओनली करंट, देन 10 ohm becomes redundant. If you want the current flowing from A to B, then अगर ये 10 ohm रहे या 100 ohm रहे, उसमें से 5 एम्पियर ही जाएगा। So here the 10 ohm becomes redundant as far as current is concerned from A to B. Why I am telling all this because next superposition problem is based on these concepts only. When you can use that redundancy concept and when you can not use. That's why I am explaining this. Now here you can see short circuit. All of you know, you have already solved many problems based on resistors in series, parallel and star delta concepts in BEE. So here whenever the resistor gets shorted, it becomes redundant, or you can say it is becomes short circuited, because no current is flowing through that resistor. Current is always flowing through the low resistance path. So you can see here R becomes short circuited. तो समझा आपको ये redundancy concept?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ हाँ, ठीक है।